welcome to my channel. My name is Tamara, and I'm going to be your new hostess, your new fave. Um, when it comes to bringing words from God, I just pray that God continues to use me. And this is actually my first video. So I'm happy that I actually started because, we do have a lot of things in here, like we're like, okay, we'll do this, we'll do that, whatever, and it never comes, it goes to the grave, so I'm happy that I'm actually doing it, and I'm very proud of myself, so give me a hand clap. And if you guys have started anything, give yourself a hand clap as well. But let's get into what I've been led to talk about today, and it's been on my mind to talk about for a little while, but it's just right now I'm in a waiting season. Right now I'm in a season of trusting God wholeheartedly, and if I ever tear up, because I don't know why I just went to get emotional, but um, I'm in a season of trusting God wholeheartedly, and I promise you guys I mean that. So 2 years ago I moved to Panama, and certain things, and probably in another video I'll get into the deeply what happened during the time of being here, but I've been through a lot here, and this is the second, well, going on the third year, and I'm just like, okay, God, like I've already gotten past those things, but now, like, okay, what's gonna happen? Am I really supposed to be here? Like, tell me, give me a sign, like, should I go back to the Bahamas? Because I have my mom and my dad telling me, like, oh, you need to go back to the Bahamas, because, like, financially I'm not doing well over here, like, yeah, and you need papers. I don't have papers, so it's just like I'm stuck, really and truly. I'm teaching and I enjoy teaching, but it's not making what it should make. So I'm just telling God, like, okay. And last September, I was living in the city, in a nice apartment, and I was moved from there. So now I live in a house, and like that took my will to, even want to live in Panama too, because it's just like, okay, as a foreigner, I'm living in like the suburbs, and it's a house, and it's just, I'm sharing the house, and I'm just like, oh, like, I don't want to do this, but like, it's something that I've tried to, and like I said, and trusting God and saying, God, I know that you directed me here for a reason. So I'm going to just try to give thanks in all things, and to be content in the now, And I remember when I was reading about Saul, and he was in prison, and he was just like, like, or was it Saul? But they worshiped in prison, and I remember even Peter, they were worshiping in prison, and at the end of the day, that's what I want to bring to, or start to do, or I've been starting to do in my life, is to where in the prison, in the place that I feel like I'm not the happiness, I'm going to give God thanks regardless, because I know he has me here for a reason, So I'm just like, in my prison, I'm going to find a way to love it here. I thank you for my house. I thank, like, and it uplifts me, Another thing that I realize that I do is that I start to worship just how they worship in the prison. I'm praying, giving thanks, I'm worshiping him in my little room with no AC, with 100 people that I live with, like, but, like, I'm trying to say, God, regardless of where I am, you're still going to get the glory, right? You're still going to get the praise. So it's just changing the mindset, yeah? So with that being said, when it came to now, like, since October, in Panama, October, they started to have protests. And from the protests, basically the my job hasn't really been lucrative, no? So October, November is normally a slow month for teachers because everyone's going on vacation. And then December is just, everybody's on vacation, right? So my best friend came in December, and I'm just like, I heard something that told me, like, just go and enjoy yourself, like enjoy yourself on the time that your best friend is here, and it will come back, like I felt that, and I was just like, okay, God, okay, Daddy, like, you told me to go out with the card and do that one, so, uh, like, I went and I enjoyed myself. So now, because I have to leave the country every 3 months, I needed to leave the country in February and the beginning of February, to leave to go to Aruba. And I want you guys to know, I bought my ticket for Aruba, let's say around Cyber Monday time, so it was a awesome ticket price. But then Aruba itself is expensive. So in my head now, December has passed, I used a lot of money. In January, I was not working, or I was probably working 3 hours a week. And then the second week in January, I think I started to work like 10. It was not enough. I still had to pay my rent. I still had to. So I'm just like, now I'm getting a bit anxious because I'm like, God, like, like, how is there other way, But I already told him too, like, I want to go to Aruba. I want to enjoy myself. I want to, and he tells us to ask, and it shall be given. And there's nothing too small, Like, he's just like, you really think that you can't go to Aruba? Come on now. So I'm just like, okay. And, over time, of course, as a human, I felt waves of, oh no, like, I'm so sad that I'm at this point in my life. But at the end of the day, I still continued, and I'd have my time. So I'm like, okay, God, I trust you. Like, if you still have this happening, I trust you. It's gonna happen. You're gonna give me the money. Like, I'm waiting on you. And I started to ask like friends, like, my birthday present, please, blah, 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 And some would give it to me, and then some, like, I still had to pay for some tours. I still had to pay for the place I was staying. And like, I waited. I'm just there waiting, like, okay, it's gonna happen. 4 days before my trip, I got, let's say, some monies, right? And then even my pay was more than I expected it to be. And I was just like, only God. And like, I was just like, God will wait because he wants to fix that impatient spirit in me, or in us. He will do certain things to get to the root of that, and he knows that I am impatient. I am an impatient person at times, and especially when it's like, I should be in control of this, and he's just like, but I'm in control. So at the end of the day, 4 days before, and God will have you like, do you trust me? Do you trust Whew. Do you trust me? You're saying you trust me, but do you trust me? And at the end of the day, like, he is worthy to be trusted with anything. I tell you guys, please. He is the one to lean on, right? So at the end of the day, 4 days before, it was awesome. I even prayed when I got to Aruba, and I said, I need a car, like, in Aruba. Everything went smoothly when I went to Aruba. I prayed with my best friend. He can tell you guys this. I prayed and I asked him, I was like, God, like, I need a car because, like, the island is big. There's not the transportation, it's, and I was just like, I need a car. Please send someone to come and assist me during this time while I'm here. The first day that I was there, I found somebody, or I met someone, and he was just so nice. He took me to a beach bar that he knew of, And I ended up, he worked at a tour company, and he was just like, oh, well, tonight we're doing a tour with food and with food, and like to go to different little spots or whatever, little clubs or whatever. And he was just like, okay, so I'll ask my boss if you could come and whatever. And I'm just like, how much would it be? Like, I don't want to spend too much. And he's just like, really? Like, it's free. A I was able to go out and meet people and enjoy my time in a different country because I feel like God sent somebody after my prayer. The same day before I went on this excursion for free, I was sitting at the bar, well, the beach bar. So I was sitting at a table, and there was a guy who came up to me, and he was just like, oh, I don't want to bother you, but can I buy you a drink? He bought me a drink and bought me food. I was fed. If God will, if God will clothe and feed the birds, come on, how much more will He do for us? And I've seen it. I've seen it because I don't want to say that I've been in a season of lack, but anything that I've needed I have not gone without. I have not gone without. So I believe it, and this is why I'm on here, and this is why I'm happy to be used, and I keep telling Him to continue to use me. And in the reason, we'll get to that on another video. But at the end of the day, so that was just the first day. The second day, I think that it was carnival there, and they ended up, the place where I wanted to go to see the carnival was very far. So that's why I was like, God, like, I need somebody with a car so that they could get me there, no? Done. Enjoyed it. Like, no, the person did not ask for a dime. And even though I offered to buy them food and different things like that, like, yes, because I'm not just going to continue to use. They bought me food, they took me places, I'm like, yeah, let me give you some gas, whatever. They're like, no, like, you're on vacation, I'm treating you, Come on. So, like I said, even down to the last day, like, when that person couldn't, another person, my trip was excellent. Excellent. And I came home with money and had to pay my bills, I had to pay my rent like 3 days later. And even with that, I was short on that. And God still made a way. Come on now. Come on. And so at the end of the day, right now, that's with trusting God. When it came to my trip and not having, I want you guys to know that I did not have any money before. 4 days before my trip, I did not. I had like $50 to go on a trip to Aruba. It wasn't enough, So that's why I was like, enjoy the trip. Okay. So another thing now, when it comes to, like I said, me being in Panama, and right now I'm just like, God, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should go back to the Bahamas, but at the end of the day, I want to live wholeheartedly for you, and I don't feel like the Bahamas is a place that I'm going to thrive in loving. If being frank, like, I don't feel like the people that I will be surrounded by in the Bahamas will continue to lead me to you. So is that what you want for me, So, I'm having these conversations with him, but at the end of the day, I'm still letting him know. And I've been like this for a while, and I promise you guys, it's the best feeling ever when God says, give Him all, because it's not your fight, give it to Him. Sometimes I do this. I'm just like, God, like, I feel very stressed right now. Just take it, just take it. And just by feeling, like, I'm just like, I mean, take it. Like, I mean it. Like, I'm not saying take it, and I'm still gonna worry about it. Like, maybe at the end, 5 days before, 4 days before, yes. But when I tell God, like, I trust you, and you're going to do it, and I understand it's going to be a while that you could trust takes seeing, you know. If you fall back and somebody catches you, you're going to trust them a little bit more. If you fall back again and they continue to trust you, you're going to continue, I mean, they continue to catch you, you're going to continue to trust them a little bit more, right? So because of so, and this is why God says, recall the past so that you can remember the things that I did for you in the past. In 2016, remember when I did that? Remember in 2020 when I did that? Remember last week when I did that? So why wouldn't you trust me? Come on, guys. So at the end of the day, like I said, right now I'm in a waiting season. Right now I'm in a season, like I said, like I'm like, God, whatever you have for me yesterday, because I'm at a point to where I've given him my life, and I'm just like, I don't know the next move, but you do. And I'm not going to stress about it because I know that you're going to guide me, you're going to lead me, and I give you all rights to guide me through this life because I can't do it alone. I know nothing about this life. I know nothing about what I need from this life, you know? Like, I have times where I'm like, what is my purpose? And at the end of the day, you know, like, because I don't know it, it's like, I can't say, oh, I'm going to get me a job in this because I studied this. I didn't study anything. So it's like, God, what do you have for me to do? I'm sitting back and at times I'm like, God, like, I want actions, but if he doesn't put anything in my spirit to do, I'm holding your hand. Let me hold your hand. Let's go. I'm riding with you. You know, like, that's where I am. And guys, just continue to trust him. He is someone to be trusted. So I hope that this resonated with someone. I'm just thinking if I have any more to say, but like I said, I'm in the season of I don't know. You know, I'm about to turn 30 within 2 weeks, 1 week, and what I saw for my 30th was not this. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, God, like, if I think back on the last 2 years and think back of when I was in the Bahamas, because I'm from the Bahamas, like the life that I was living compared to the life that I'm living now, I wouldn't change it by one bit. I would not change it one bit. I moved to Panama because I said I need to separate myself from what was in the Bahamas and what I was doing so that I could get closer to him. Because I knew that this life, it's temporary. I want to continue living for God. So if I have to move away from distractions, I'll do that. I will do that, you know. But now it's just like, okay, God, now what? You know, what to do? But in the now, with no guidance thus far, I'm going to be still. So, yes, guys, be encouraged. Be encouraged. I hope that this really touched someone because it's been touching me, and I've been talking about it a lot, you know, with people around me. Yeah, so like I said, God will continue. He will make a way. He surely will. So love you guys. Enjoy your day. Bye.